Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where today the Roseburg Indians baseball team will get ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen for a league doubleheader. Southwest Conference play continues on as we welcome you to Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Roseburg coming in, winning their last two games up at South Eugene High School on Wednesday, a makeup doubleheader against the Axe. Roseburg sweeping that doubleheader 5-1 and 13-2. Meanwhile, Grants Pass coming off of a non-league matchup against Ashland on Thursday where they won 8-1, and that was their second consecutive win. Both these teams trying to build some momentum going to the playoffs. Right now, Roseburg hanging on to first place in the Southwest Conference, while Grants Pass is just 3 games behind them, tied for third at 5-5. A lot to get to as we get our Roseburg Disposal pregame show underway for you here from Champion Car Wash Field. Good morning, soon to be afternoon, everybody. Joey Kieran here with you. Coming up during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson for the Roseburg Indians baseball team, so stick around for that. Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Want to remind everybody, today's broadcast is streaming live online at 541radio.com. You can also catch it on our YouTube channel. Head to 1490 The Score on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of the school year. And for those baseball fans looking to catch Doc Stewart's baseball coming up over the summer, we'll have that for you as well. All right, we'll take our first 2-minute break here of the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson. It's Roseburg baseball today on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
So, Abby, I think the commercial break was short, so back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg getting ready to try and get 2 games in today against the Grants Pass Cavemen here at Champion Car Wash Field. Joining us is head coach Troy Thompson. Coach, we got a busy week this week, and so far the win-loss record's in you guys' favor, bouncing back with a couple of wins at South Eugene earlier this week. Looking back real quick at that, how'd you feel about how the team kind of put the loss against North Medford behind them and came out and played some of the better games, it looked like, at least offensively, and a great job on the mound by Evan in Game 1 as well. You guys really kind of turned things around and were able to move on from that tough loss.
Yep, you said it. That was a good comeback after, like I said earlier, a long trip to Medford on Tuesday and a tough result for us there. and then to go up to Eugene on Wednesday and, like you said, bounce back and have our kids swing the bats extremely well. And we got solid pitching out of not only Evan but of Austin as well, and Parker Burke coming in to close it in Game 1, and also Jordan White in Game 2. So very good job by our pitchers on Wednesday, and like we said, we were able to get some hits and string some things together and score some runs, so that always helps. So yeah, a good result for us on Wednesday after, like you said, a tough Tuesday, and now here we find ourselves on Saturday back at home, and hopefully the weather's going to hold for us here and we get a couple chances to get on the field here today.
You guys don't usually get the opportunity to play back-to-back days like that, and maybe could be a blessing or a curse. You feel like maybe just the fact that you guys get right back out and play helps kind of the process of moving on from a tough loss like what you guys had?
Absolutely. I think that helps to get right back to it and have a chance to get back on the field as soon as possible like we did. I think that was a good thing, and obviously getting the results we got made it even a better thing. So that was a good turn for us there, and hopefully we can continue that here today.
Obviously, coming away from that, you saw, I think you mentioned in a post-game conversation, and look back at the numbers, 25 hits in 2 games and 13 runs, the most you guys have put up this season. Is it maybe a sign that the offense is starting to come around to a little bit more of what you guys were hoping to see throughout the season? I know we've talked about times where coming through with that clutch hit to drive in runs has been an issue for you guys. You feel like things are starting to turn a page?
Well, you'd sure like to hope so after a doubleheader like that, where we did put together some hits and ended up with a good total at the end of the double there. But it's not from lack of trying or lack of work by these guys or lack of swings in practice. They've done a great job all year with that. It's just getting them in that position in a ball game and having them have a chance to come through. And fortunately on Wednesday we were able to come through in a number of spots. So hopefully that trend continues. Like I said, it's something we talk about every day and something we work on every day. So hopefully today will be another day where we can put some hits together and score some runs for our pitchers and our defense, and that would be a good sign coming off of Wednesday for sure.
And we talked a little bit about it after that game's on Wednesday too, and I think it's worth mentioning again just to give them a little bit of a shout out. You had some guys that don't see the lineup, don't see the field as often throughout the season, but they came in and played a big part in Game 2 of that doubleheader against South Eugene. It's got to be nice as a coach to know you've got guys that you can rely on that are in the dugout that maybe don't get as many opportunities, but when they're called upon, they've been able to come through for you guys.
Absolutely, that was a great job up there on Wednesday, getting the opportunity that some of them have, and like we talked about Wednesday post-game, and taking advantage of it. They did a great job, came in and made some big things happen, and obviously that's what you hope for when they get those chances, and when any of us get the chances on any game, you hope they have a positive outcome for all the work they put in and all the time they put in, and in a game situation to come through like that, that's a huge deal, and we were excited for them, and their teammates were excited, and that's a good deal for everybody when that happens. So yeah, hopefully, we can continue the trend and have that happen as we continue our season here.
And that is head coach Troy Thompson for the Roseburg Indians. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with first pitch of the ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Well, we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field as we get the first pitch underway for today's ball game. Troy Osborne at the plate against Dominic Titone. Titone fires in the first pitch for strike one as we are underway. We'll get you a look at the starting lineup for Grants Pass as Osborne fouls off the second pitch. 0-2 count there for Osborne, the catcher. Luke Morgan, the third baseman, batting second, followed by Tahalo Vainuku Johnson, the left fielder. Kane Robinson, the DH, will bat cleanup, followed by Cole Carnes in right field, batting fifth. Luke Baker, the second baseman, hitting sixth. Ari Cantola is the first baseman. He will bat in the seventh spot. And then Caleb Martinez in center field, batting in the eighth spot, and hitting ninth is the shortstop, Jackson Tunick, the DH being utilized for the starting pitcher, Tyler Ireland. The 0-2 pitch just a bit high to Osborne. High for a 1-2 count from Dominic Titone on the mound for Roseburg. Titone, the left-handed pitcher. We'll get you some of his numbers on this season. Sets up for the 1-2. Another ground ball foul for Osborne. He stays with the 1-2 count. Dominic Titone actually took the loss against Grants Pass when the two teams met in Grants Pass earlier this season. The 1-2 pitch is low. He took the loss in relief in that matchup. Dominic coming in 32 and a third innings work, third most on the team. He's got a 2-2 record, making his seventh start of the season. A 2.81 ERA. 40 strikeouts, 27 walks this season. His 2-2, strike three. He got Osborne looking. And that's a strikeout to start things off here in the first inning and finish off the at-bat for Troy Osborne. One away, the third baseman, Luke Morgan, batting.
Next batter, third baseman, number 4, Luke Morgan.
Taking a look around the diamond for Roseburg today. Behind the plate, the battery mate for Titone is Knox Hubbard. Now at first base, Silas Kincaid, Sebastian Watson at second, Austin Takahashi at third, and at shortstop, Dawson Gillespie. Get to the outfield after the first pitch of the at-bat. A strike called against Luke Morgan. In left field today, Griffin Zymet, Carson Dunn in center field, and Logan Klopfenstein in right. That's a look at your starting lineup defensively for Roseburg. The 0-1 pitch, another strike this time on the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Luke Morgan. Morgan with an 0-2 count as Titone has started out in front of the first two hitters so far in the ball game. The 0-2 swung and missed on the breaking ball out in front of the off-speed for another strikeout for Titone. Back-to-back Ks to begin things off. Strikeouts this season by Roseburg pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. One Peak Medical, accepting new patients both in person and virtually, and covered by most insurances. First pitch of the at-bat to Tahalo Vainuku Johnson. The left fielder is low for ball one. 51 degrees in Roseburg here at game time. First of two games today for Roseburg and Grants Pass. Strike taken on the second pitch to Vainuku Johnson. We've been seeing off and on rain throughout the morning here in the Umpqua Basin. It's always hard to tell if it's drizzling, but I do believe it's a little drizzle out there right now. The 1-1 pitch, a one-hopper to short. Gillespie over to Kincaid, and Vainuku Johnson goes down with the 6-3 putout. A 1-2-3 top of the first for Dominic Titone. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Cavemen. We go to the bottom of the first, a half inning underway. Roseburg coming up to bat. We'll take a look at their starting lineups when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Morgan will play third base.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back at Champion Car Wash Field, Roseburg and Grants Pass. The Indians coming up to bat in the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Taking a look at your starting lineup for head coach Troy Thompson. Logan Klopfenstein will lead things off, starting in right field, followed by Austin Takahashi, the third baseman. Dawson Gillespie, the shortstop, batting third, followed by Silas Kincaid at first base. The catcher, Knox Hubbard, bats fifth. Nathan Wayman DHing in the sixth spot. Sebastian Watson playing at second base, hitting seventh. In the 8 hole is Griffin Zymet, the left fielder. And rounding out the starting 9 is Carson Dunn in center. They'll face Tyler Ireland, a right-hander. This is low and outside on the first pitch to Logan Klopfenstein. Ireland, a sophomore. Ground ball hit to the hole at short, knocked down, but bobbled, and the throw will not be in time for Logan Klopfenstein. He'll get on at first with an error. Klopfenstein reaching on the bobble by Jackson Tunick at shortstop. And that'll be the first runner of today's ball game after Dominic Titone set down the Cavemen in order in the top of the first. One on with nobody out for Austin Takahashi. The third baseman bats from the left side of the plate on a breezy and cold day here. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Ireland will throw over to first. Back in goes Klopfenstein. It's going to be wet turf out there today, so sliding is going to be an adventure. Guys are going to take off once they hit the turf. Takahashi fouls off a pitch towards the parking lot for strike 1. Looking around the diamond for Grants Pass in Game 1 of today's Southwest Conference doubleheader. Behind the plate, Troy Osborne. Out at first base, Ari Cantola. Luke Baker at second. Luke Morgan at third. And Jackson Tunick at short. It's another pickoff throw to first, not in time. In the outfield from left to right, Tahalo Vainuku Johnson, Caleb Martinez, and Cole Carnes. That's a look at your starting defense for the Cavemen, who come in 11-9 on the season, 5-5 in conference play. In the dirt, late break for Klopfenstein, but it gets away from Osborne enough that Klopfenstein gets into second base standing up. So an error got Klopfenstein to first. And now a wild pitch will move him up 90 feet to second base. And Roseburg, with a man in scoring position and nobody out, will have an opportunity to try and get on the board first in today's contest. Bit of a breezy day, no flag out in center field, so not able to really follow that too much. Yesterday, the wind was blowing the flag out to dead center field when I was here for the Umpqua Community College baseball game. I was watching some of that yesterday afternoon, and the wind was taking the ball out towards center. 2-1 to Takahashi. He's late on the pitch from Ireland, fouls it off. Gives him a 2-2 count. Bottom of the first inning in a scoreless ball game. Ireland will set, working out of his stretch. Klopfenstein with the lead at second base. Takahashi, a defensive swing, pulls it to first base. It's a race to the bag. Did he get there in time? No! First baseman Ari Cantola, a diving attempt to get to the bag. No one was there to help cover it for him. He hit the bag with his glove, but apparently not in time. The call is safe for Austin Takahashi. He'll get an infield single. Beating out the play to the bag. Up to third base goes Kloffenstein. They're on the corners for Roseburg with nobody out. Dawson Gillespie will stand in. He has been heating up here late in the season. Great sign for Roseburg's offense. First pitch, he takes low for ball one. He's been seeing the ball pretty well, it seems like. Dawson Gillespie in his last 7 games, 9 hits. He is 9 for 18 in his last 7 games, batting .500. Of those 9 hits, 6 of them are doubles. He bats here with a 1-0 count. Takes a breaking ball at the top of the zone for strike 1. So in 7 games, 9 hits, 6 doubles, 9 RBI, 8 walks, 2 strikeouts. He has been swinging a big stick for the Tribe. Bats with a 1-1 count against Tyler Ireland. The righty delivers, and he gets a swing and a miss for strike 2. So ball and 2 strikes for Dawson Gillespie with a man at third. With nobody out, this is a perfect RBI opportunity for him. Runner going from first. Step off, throw to second, no. On the mound, Ireland just hangs on to it, didn't throw to second. So that's just a straight steal for Austin Takahashi, and that gets him into scoring position. And for your big hitters at the plate, big moment there as the rain starts to come down heavier here at Champion Car Wash Field. You can hear it off the metal bleachers. A 1-2 count to Gillespie. Ireland misses low and outside. It bounces in. It's really starting to come down, and I'm curious if they look to maybe pull him off the field. I don't know when that moment would be. You can see the wind blowing Ireland's jersey as he was standing on the mound. Dealing with less than ideal conditions here. The 2-2 pitch to Gillespie is way outside. And behind the plate, Osborne backhands that one and gloves it, somehow keeping the ball from getting behind him. Count goes full to Gillespie. As we get some of the heaviest rain we've seen this morning starting to come down. At second base is Austin Takahashi after his infield single. At third base is Logan Kloffenstein, who reached on an error to start the day. Fans from Grants Pass putting up a pop-up tent in the stands to our right. The 3-2 pitch, a breaking ball just inside, not off by much there for Ireland. A sharp eye at the plate for Dawson Gillespie. He draws the walk to load him up with nobody out. For Dawson Gillespie this season, that is walk number 19 on the year. Gillespie came in batting .345 on the season. Brings up Silas Kincaid, batting .341 this year. 7 RBI for him. Bases are loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the first. The pitch. Breaking ball hits the inside corner to the cleanup man. The rains are really starting to pick up. On the mound, Ireland facing bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the first. His 0-1 pitch is another breaking ball. First strike to Kincaid. It's difficult to know exactly what to expect weather-wise. Every time I check it on my phone, it seems to be something different is coming up. We are expecting things to kind of hold off with rains here through the afternoon as a soft liner goes towards second base, goes off the glove for Luke Baker into right field. 1 run comes in to score. Roseburg will take a 1-0 lead on the error at second. That'll be the second error of the frame for Grants Pass. Silas Kincaid might have had a chance to drive in a run no matter what there, but he reaches on the error at second. Kloffenstein comes to score, and they're pulling him off the field. Kloffenstein scores. Takahashi moves to third. Gillespie at second. That will be the situation if and when we resume play here. The rains are coming down pretty good, and now the coaching staffs will try to figure out how to keep their guys focused on the task at hand. 1 run in the bottom of the first inning for Roseburg. And we are paused in a rain delay. Well, if you tuned in to catch the Oregon and Oregon State baseball game yesterday, this is no surprise to you. They went through a couple of rain delays in that rivalry matchup in Corvallis. That caused a little bit of fun throughout the evening here on The Score. That game didn't wrap up until close to 11:30 last night. So I'm not sure what to expect here for today, but right now in a holding pattern. My phone was saying these rains are supposed to maybe start pulling off in about 15 minutes. The turf field can take the rain, at least in small doses. If it pours for a good while, we could be in trouble. But if it only goes for another 15 minutes, probably going to be in an okay spot with the artificial turf here at Champion Car Wash Field. Meanwhile, I glance over the left field fence out there, and Roseburg softball was set to host Grants Pass for a doubleheader today, and it looks like they've pulled the tarp out on the dirt and grass field over there at Stewart Park. And unfortunate for them, I know everybody's looking forward to the time when hopefully we can get some artificial turf fields for softball as well. But right now they're dealing with that dirt infield, and they've got the tarp out for that one, hoping that they get a chance to play. But it is coming down pretty good here at Champion Car Wash Field right now. We are in the bottom of the first, but a rain delay with Roseburg now leading 1-0 on the second error of the first inning for the Grants Pass Cavemen. And really what you didn't want to see, what the coaches don't want to do, is have a game get started, have a guy throw a certain number of pitches, and then the game get paused and have to try and pick it up at another time and not have that guy possibly available to them at some point here in the future. Just the pitch count limits really make it difficult to work around starts and stops. As head coach Troy Thompson and athletic director Russ Bolin are out of the dugout down the third base side for Roseburg, looking at the skies, trying to see if they can figure out what is happening with the weather. Today's game is brought to you by our friends at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Also want to say thanks to Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. It has really started opening up here with the rains in Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field. This is the final two games in a 3-game series between Roseburg and Grants Pass. The Cavemen won Game 1, stunning Roseburg with a late comeback down at Grants Pass earlier this season. Roseburg losing that game 4-3. Grants Pass scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game, and then a run in the bottom of the 7th for the comeback win. The game-winning run was scored on a bases-loaded walk with 2 outs. Roseburg was 1 out away from forcing that game to extra innings. They had taken a 3-0 lead earlier in that game, but could not finish it off. And they're hoping that they've put that game behind them. That was a game where Roseburg went 4 for 15 with runners in scoring position, left 12 men on base. They had runners in scoring position in 5 of 7 innings and had the bases loaded with less than 2 outs 3 times in that game. Here in this one, Roseburg has the bases loaded with nobody out. In the bottom of the first, they've already pushed across 1 run. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll just fire off one of our 1-minute breaks to Abby back in the studio, and we'll come back. And we may get a chance to just catch up a little bit here on the radio, folks, as we hopefully get a chance to get this game back underway. Right now, a rain delay, Roseburg and Grants Pass. The Indians leading 1-0 over the Cavemen. We'll take a 60-second break, and we will come back after this here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, Get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, it's a wet one in the Umpqua Basin at the moment. We're all waiting to see if the rains will start to dissipate and we get a chance to get back underway. It's Joey Keyran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. We are one half of an inning into the ball game, the top of the first inning. Grants Pass went up and went 1-2-3 against Dominic Titone. He struck out the first two batters and then got a ground out to finish off the top of the first. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Logan Klopfenstein reached on an error. Then a single on the infield by Austin Takahashi and a walk to Dawson Gillespie loaded the bases up. Silas Kincaid, the cleanup man for Roseburg, hit a one-hopper to second base, but it went off the glove for Luke Baker into right field. And that brought in the first run of the ball game. Roseburg leading 1-0 at the moment, but we are in a rain delay here at Champion Car Wash Field. So we are waiting to find out what will happen and whether or not we get a chance to get back to action here today. The artificial turf field definitely can help with getting a chance to get back to play faster. But if the rains just don't let up, it's just going to make it tough to get back out there. You can play through a little bit of rain, but it's coming down pretty good at the moment here at Champion Car Wash Field. Well, I did have some notes in my scorebook for just the occasion that we find ourselves in before we get to some little bit of fill time. Take a look at the Southwest Conference standings as we enter into today's matchups. Roseburg leading the way right now in first place at 8-2 in the Southwest Conference. 2 losses on the season, one against Grants Pass, one against North Medford. In both of those games, Roseburg led for the majority of the game but gave up the lead late and found themselves on the wrong end of it. It's really not hard to envision a season where Roseburg could be undefeated in Southwest Conference play as it stands. But Roseburg is 8-2 in conference play, leading the way with a 1-game advantage over South Medford. Roseburg scheduled to host South Medford for a single game coming up on Tuesday this week. Grants Pass South Medford at 7-3 today as it stands today. Grants Pass and Sheldon are tied at 5-5. They're both 3 games behind Roseburg in third place. North Medford is 4-6 on the year. They're 4 games back of Roseburg in 5th place in the Southwest Conference. And then South Eugene is at 1-9 in the conference standings. They will bring up the rear at the moment, but at last check, take a look-see here. I could probably bring it up real quick. At last check, everybody in the conference looked like they had a power ranking that would be good enough to get them into the postseason. Roseburg at number 11 in the OSAA power rankings after the games yesterday. South Medford, who Roseburg swept in a doubleheader on the road earlier this year, and this is the fun of the power rankings. Roseburg is 11. South Medford is 4 in the power rankings. So they would get a much better spot in the bracket than Roseburg at the moment, despite the fact that Roseburg is ahead of them in the standings and has beaten them twice. Grants Pass is at number 22 in the power rankings right now. Sheldon at 23, North Medford at 28, and South Eugene at 30. Now, the assumption is if you're top 32 in the 32-team bracket, you've got a good shot at getting in. On occasions, kind of few and far between, there will be a team that gets an automatic berth into the postseason that has a power ranking that's below 32, and that will steal a bid from somebody. But if you're top 32, you've given yourself a decent shot at getting into the state playoffs as an at-large team. So right now it's looking as if the entire Southwest Conference does have a good shot at getting into the 6A state playoffs, which are just about 2 weeks away from the start of that one. Roseburg leading 1-0 against Grants Pass here in our rain delay at the moment here on the score. Thanks everybody that's tuning in for today's game, and we'll keep you posted as soon as we know anything more. Just checking, it looks like they did get that softball game underway, and it looks as if Roseburg is leading 1-0 in the softball game against Grants Pass as well in the first inning of that one. So both Roseburg teams leading Grants Pass 1-0 in the bottom of the first as we wait on this rain delay. Today in the Southwest Conference, Grants Pass at Roseburg. South Eugene is at South Medford down in Medford. They're scheduled to play at 1 o'clock and at 3 o'clock, so they may be waiting to see if those games are getting in. And then also at 1 and 3 o'clock today in Eugene, North Medford taking on Sheldon. So those are the games in the Southwest Conference that are on the schedule for today. And it does look as if they've canceled North Medford and Sheldon, the OSAA.org website. The schedule has North Medford and Sheldon canceled for today, so those games not on the schedule. And no word yet on South Eugene and South Medford. Medford has seemingly been missing out on a lot of the rain that we've been getting as of late, but we'll see if they are avoiding this current rainstorm that's going through. They're going to be playing there at Harry and David Field. So, yeah, we'll continue to keep an eye on things here. But that is how things are looking in the Southwest Conference as of right now. I did kind of crunch some of the numbers, and if I'm not mistaken, and it's a very good possibility that I could be mistaken, if Roseburg does win the 2 games today against Grants Pass, or whenever they end up playing these 2 games, if it's not today, hopefully it's today, but if it's not, if Roseburg's able to win these 2, I believe they will officially clinch a spot in the postseason. Top 3 teams in the Southwest Conference, no matter their power ranking, automatically get a berth in the state playoffs. Then once you get into the state playoffs, even if you're an automatic qualifier, it's all based on your power ranking on where you go in the bracket. But if you finish top 3, you've eliminated any sort of doubt on getting into the postseason. And so if Roseburg gets 2 wins against Grants Pass here today, or I guess if things really start getting wild with the schedule, you could look at the South Medford game coming up on Tuesday as a possible factor in figuring this all out. But as it stood when we started this doubleheader, if Roseburg wins the 2 games today against Grants Pass, I believe they will officially clinch a postseason berth. Roseburg's schedule for the next couple of days, it is for this next week. They've got the doubleheader today. They've got a single against South Medford on Tuesday, and then a doubleheader at Sheldon on next Saturday, 1 week from today. That's the regular season finale, folks. If you are scratching your head going, holy smokes, really? Yeah, I'm right there with you. The season has gone by extremely fast, and I imagine it's the fact that the schedule continually changing. Feels like games have been just all over the place. But Roseburg's down to its final 5 games of the season, and they're all against the teams that are right behind them in the standings. Today against Grants Pass, which is in 3rd place, tied with Sheldon. They'll play Sheldon for the regular season finale 1 week from today, a doubleheader there. And then they've got South Medford, the team in 2nd place, behind them coming up on Tuesday. So it's not an easy finish for Roseburg on the schedule as they play the 3 teams directly behind them in the standings in their final 5 games as Roseburg tries to lock up a regular season league title. In baseball here locally in the Umpqua Basin yesterday, Umpqua Community College had a big matchup on their hands here against Lane. It was a top 10 showdown for the Riverhawks and the Titans. Number 10 ranked UCC taking on number 3 ranked Lane. They were tied for 2nd place coming into the day in the South Region standings, and they split, so they remained tied for 2nd place. Yesterday, UCC winning Game 1 5-2, and then falling in Game 2 10-1. They're scheduled to play a doubleheader tonight right after we get done with our doubleheader against Grants Pass. They were slated to start at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, so fans here in the Umpqua Basin, if you're planning on making your way out to the game when we get done here, you could stick around for UCC baseball later on tonight. The losses there for Lane and Umpqua, the fact that they split yesterday, means that they both fall. Well, they're about a 1 game behind, maybe 1.5 games behind. You're tied for second? Yeah, I was just looking at it, but wait, did Lynn Benton not play yesterday? No. Their schedule all screwed up too?
Yeah.
Look at that. You talk UCC baseball, and poof, here comes Coach Jeremiah Robbins right around the corner. You think you guys are going to be playing tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We'll be good.
Okay.
There's going to be a break. They'll be back on about, I'll give it about 15 minutes. We'll be back playing here. Maybe
all right.
less.
There's the expert opinion from the guy that knows how to study the weather here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's only the thing that every coach that gets to play in Southern or in the state of Oregon, you get to become a unofficial meteorologist at some point in your career. That's for sure. UCC tied for second right now. They've got their doubleheader coming up tonight. So come on out. The rains, according to our meteorologist, Jeremiah Robbins, they'll be clearing up here soon enough. And there's going to be baseball going on all day here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's what the field was built for, is to have baseball all day long. And we hope to see you guys on out here at the ballpark. But as it stands right now, we are in a rain delay. Looking at a 1-0 lead for Roseburg. 1-0 lead for not Jeremiah. He's here in front of me. I'm getting distracted. 1-0 lead for Roseburg on top of Grants Pass in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Roseburg is in the bottom of the first with the bases loaded and nobody out. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second break. We'll come back and hopefully I did see Coach Troy Thompson walk over to the Grants Pass dugout to go talk with Coach Zach Morgan for Grants Pass, and hopefully those guys are talking about, hey, we'll work on putting this all together, and we think maybe in this amount of time we'll be able to get back out there on the field. But we are in a rain delay at the moment, 1-0 Roseburg in front. Hopefully we are not considering figuring out when to reschedule these games. There is some stuff going on down, kind of looks like just milling about in the Grants Pass dugout. Guys are putting on sweatshirts and jackets down in the Roseburg dugout, so hopefully everybody's just finding ways to stay warm and be ready to go back out on the field when they get going. The rains are still coming down here at Roseburg, and it has let up a little bit, but it's still coming down pretty consistently out there. It is a wet one here at Champion Car Wash Field. So let's go ahead and take another 60-second break. Well, before we get to that, I want to thank some of our sponsors like Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. We'll take a 60-second timeout, 1-minute break, and we'll be back with more in our rain delay here from Champion Car Wash Field on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Well, baseball fans, this is a positive sign. Roseburg's back out on the field doing some sprints, getting the body warmed back up, getting the juices flowing a bit out there. Grants Pass is coming up out of their dugout, looking to try and get loose again as well. So positive sign that it looks like the rains have let up enough. It's not necessarily stopped raining, but it has let up enough to where they are going to look to continue playing here today. It's still kind of a consistent drizzle. It's not really raining anymore. It's gone to a consistent drizzle is what I'm going to categorize our conditions as of right now. The coaches out there checking things out on the field to kind of figure out the conditions of all the surfaces out there. That is the bonus of the artificial turf, is that it hopefully will drain fast enough to be able to keep things going. I think I do see Athletic Director Russ Bullen out there checking things out on the field in the softball facilities, which that'll be a different story for them over there. Hopefully they get a chance to get back out there and continue playing as well. But as it stands right now, it looks as if Roseburg is going to get a chance to continue playing against Grants Pass. And it seems as if the rains are continuing to let up even more. So that is a great sign for us here today at the ballpark as we spend our time here in this rain delay in the bottom of the first inning. Don't forget, coming up later today after Roseburg baseball here on The Score, we'll have coverage of Oregon State against the University of Oregon. The Oregon State Beavers coming away with a win after a game that was broken up a couple of times yesterday because of rains up in Corvallis. The Beavers able to come away with a win in Game 1 of that 3-game series, and that is 3 straight wins against the Ducks this year for the Beavers. Beavers winning that game 5-1 yesterday. Number 2 Oregon State against number 24 Oregon. They get started at 6 o'clock tonight, and we'll have coverage starting at 5:30 here on The Score following Roseburg baseball. And now with a little bit of a delay in our game, hopefully we should have no problem getting you there in time for the pregame show with Mike Parker, but we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one. We're in the bottom of the first of Game 1 of our doubleheader, a 1-0 lead for Roseburg over Grants Pass. Roseburg is out now. Guys are taking cuts with the bats in their hands as Roseburg will be returning to the plate, batting against Grants Pass as we resume play in the bottom of the first inning. Bases are loaded with nobody out, and up to bat will be Knox Hubbard to start things out. Got to assume it'll be Tyler Ireland that'll be on the mound to resume pitching for Grants Pass. Wasn't that long of a delay. He hadn't thrown that many pitches, so expect that he'll be the guy back out there when they take the field. Dominic Titone is throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg, so expect that he'll be back out there to continue on after a 1-2-3 top of the first inning against Grants Pass, shutting them down quickly to get this one started. So just playing a little bit of a waiting game here, but it does look like we are headed back to play at some point here. And then after our games are done, you've got OSU baseball coming up here on The Score. If you're an Oregon Duck fan and you want to listen to the broadcast from the Duck side of things, we've got you covered there as well at 5:45 tonight. Pregame coverage starts on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. They've got coverage of the Ducks over there. So it is the rivalry matchup. You can pick your side, Beavers or Ducks, and we've got you covered from either side of the dial. Well, the umpires have come back out again as well, so that's also great news, and it looks like we're just about to get this one back underway. I think they may give Grants Pass a chance to get back out there and kind of go through your normal warm-ups that you would get in between innings. That would just seem like the fair thing to do, is let the pitcher come out and throw a couple of warm-up pitches and then get back into play. But it does look like we are getting ready to go. Grants Pass in the blue tops today. Cavemen across the chest in white. White numbers on the front and the back. They've got the gray trousers. The gray caps with the blue bills as Grants Pass will break their huddle and head on out to retake the field after, that was probably about a 15-minute rain delay or so. Roseburg in the white tops, white trousers. Orange numbers on the front of and the back of the jerseys. Indians across the chest in the orange script. They will be out there with Silas Kincaid at first, Dawson Gillespie at second, Austin Takahashi at third, and at the plate getting ready to resume play will be Knox Hubbard, the left-handed hitting catcher for Roseburg. And it is Tyler Ireland that's on the mound, still throwing for the Cavemen. Ireland, the right-handed sophomore. So far, he's given up just one hit. He has given up one walk, but 2 errors in the frame for Grants Pass have been costly. The first one allowed Logan Kloffenstein to get on base. The second one probably wouldn't have saved a run if the play was made cleanly by Luke Baker at second base, but he at least would have recorded some outs, which would have helped Grants Pass as they resume play. They've got to try and find a way outs with the bases loaded and nobody out. All right. Been instructed that it was a 14 minutes. Jeremiah Robbins not off by much. He knows what he's talking about. All right, here we go. Back to play. I only had to fill a little bit of airtime there. That's not too bad. A 1-0 lead for Roseburg. Knox Hubbard at the plate. First pitch of his at-bat. Misses, and we are back underway with a 1-0 count for Knox Hubbard. Hubbard trying to find his stroke here in the late stages of the season. Been a season of mixed results for him as the lefty will take a big cut at the 1-0 pitch. Misses, and the count goes to 1-1. Knox currently scrapping at 178 with his batting average this year, but he has driven in 5. He's got a chance to add to that. The 1-1 pitch pulls it foul down the first base side for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the first, bases loaded. Ireland on the mound out of his windup. Bounces one outside. 2-2 count. Silas Kincaid reaching on an error. I was just looking at my notes here. He's got a 3-game hit streak going. He got on base, drove in a run, but didn't get credit for a hit. So his hit streak not extended yet. 2-2 count from Ireland. Pulled first base, snagged. They'll go to the plate, try to get the force out there. No throw back to first. Smart play there by Cantola. It looked like it took him a moment to kind of recognize where he wanted to go with that ball. And behind the plate, Osborne also seemed to be slow to realize, let's get the force at home. And they do, saving a run there. Takahashi out at the plate.
Next batter, designated hitter number 18, Nathan Wayman.
Dawson Gillespie moves to third. Kincaid goes to second. Knox Hubbard will get on with a fielder's choice. Cantola, that ball hit right at him. Gloved it right in front. Looked at first to go to first base, then threw to the plate. First pitch swinging for Nathan Wayman. Drives one in the air to left. Could bring in a run, although misplayed out in left field by Vainuku Johnson. The throw goes to third. Dive to the bag. In safely will go Silas Kincaid. And calling for time, Kincaid is okay. Here comes out of the dugout Zach Morgan to have a conversation. It was a force play at third, so Luke Morgan went for the tag. All he needed to do was get the bag, and that might be the conversation for Zach Morgan here as he makes his way out to the middle of the infield. All he had to do was touch the bag first, not touch the runner, and Silas was sliding in trying to get there ahead of that play. But it seemed as if Luke Morgan was expecting he needed to tag the runner rather than just get the bag for the force out. So Nathan Wayman drops one in for a base hit in left field. That drove in Dawson Gillespie. At the moment, Silas Kincaid is on at third. And it looks as if Zach Morgan is not going to win his case with the umpire. So Kincaid gets to third safely. Knox Hubbard makes his way to second. Wayman is on at first. And that is a courtesy runner for the catcher. It's Eli Jacobs running out at second base for Knox Hubbard. Brings up Sebastian Watson. It's a 2-0 lead. Watson first pitch swinging, fouls it away. Wayman at first. Jacobs at second, running for Hubbard, and Kincaid at third. 2 runs in, still one out here in the ball game. The bottom of the first inning. 0-2 count for Sebastian Watson. One out so far for Grants Pass. Watson, the 7-hitter, fouls away another pitch. He's fouled away 3 straight to start out the at-bat. 0-2, the count. Sebastian Watson batting an even 200 coming into the ball game. The 0-2 bounces in. So it's a 2-0 lead for Roseburg on top of Grants Pass. The 1-2 outside for Ireland. Couldn't get Watson to chase that pitch. Tyler Ireland out of his windup with the bases loaded. Ground ball left side. Breaking for home comes Kincaid. The throw to the plate will get him there, the force out. So Grants Pass has been able to get 2 outs at the plate, saving runs. Silas Kincaid forced out at home. Watson will reach first on the fielder's choice. Wayman goes to second. Jacobs goes to third, running for Hubbard. So 2 away, still just 2 runs in here in the first. Roseburg's had the bases loaded through pretty much the entire frame, it feels like. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Griffin Zimet. Zimet with his only hit of the season coming on Wednesday at South Eugene High School. It was a 2-run homer as he takes low for a 1-1 count. Zimet had gone into that game, game 2 against South Eugene, had only 4 at-bats going into it, and in his first at-bat of the game, hit a 2-run homer over the left field fence. The 1-1 hits the outside corner for strike 2. Roseburg winning both games of the doubleheader at South Eugene, 5-1 and 13-2. 1-1 pitch for Ireland, shakes off the first signal. The 1-1 is a breaking ball outside. I think it's actually a 1-2 count, now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Griffin Zimet. With 2 outs, bases loaded. Swings through it for strike 3. That'll finish things off here in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Roseburg gets 2 runs across in the first, and they take the lead against Grants Pass. We'll come back with the top of the second inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Dominic Titone will take the mound here to begin the second inning after a lengthy layoff due to the rain delay, and then the bottom of the first inning that went 8 hitters for Roseburg. Roseburg scoring 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and they ended up leaving 3 men on base. 1 inning in the books. Roseburg baseball here on the Score, brought to you by Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Titone went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. He'll try to pick up that momentum again here in the second. Misses a breaking ball low and outside. The 1-0. Missing low and outside again. At the plate, Kane Robinson, the DH, batting for starting pitcher Tyler Ireland. He is the cleanup man in the lineup, followed by Cole Carnes and Luke Baker, your 3 hitters due up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Line drive left side is foul. So a foul ball will make it a 2-2 count. And the pitch is high. We'll go to a full count for Dominic Titone. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kane Robinson. And ball 4 is issued. First walk for Dominic Titone. Comes here in the second inning, leading things off. And you do wonder how long the layoff was. Kind of wonder what that does for a pitcher after having to wait that amount of time. They're peeling down to first. No, he didn't swing on that 3-2 pitch. So Robinson does get down to first. Up to bat next to be the left-handed hitting Cole Carnes. A pickoff throw to first. Dominic Titone does not get it there in time. Squaring to bunt. It's popped foul down the third base side for Carnes. Strike 1. Carnes, the right fielder, batting 5th in the lineup for the Cavemen. 1-1. Squares to bunt again. This time he takes for a strike. And it's a 0-2 count.
We're working on the board there. Bear with us.
The 0-2 pitch from Titone just misses. From the lefty to the lefty, that one just missing outside. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt again. Can't get Carnes to chase. Grants Pass coming off of an 8-1 win over Ashland on Thursday. A 3-2 pitch from, I guess it was a 3-2 count. I was behind a pitch there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's back-to-back walks there for Dominic Titone. And that'll get a visit by Richie Charles, the pitching coach, out to the mound. Roseburg baseball on the score, brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Up to bat will be Luke Baker, the second baseman for Grants Pass. They're coming off a big win. Ashland was number 4 in the most recent OSAA Today coaches poll. Non-league matchup in the middle of a week. It's one of those kind of oddities when it comes to the schedule, but nonetheless a big win there for Grants Pass against a 5A team. First pitch, strike 1 for Luke Baker. Something that Grants Pass can hopefully hang their hat on and build for as their season is winding down as well, looking to try and make a postseason run. The 0-1 from Titone bounces in front of the plate. The runners both take a look but don't go. Out at second base, Kane Robinson, the DH. At first base, Cole Carnes, the right fielder. After back-to-back leadoff walks by Dominic Titone. The lefty delivers the 1-1. It's low again. 2 balls and a strike. 1-1 the count. Luke Baker, the second baseman, did have an error in the bottom of the first that led to a run. He takes in the dirt, 3-1 count. Baker was on the mound when Roseburg was... softball makes its way over. Baker was on the mound when Roseburg was at Grants Pass earlier this season. He did not have the start he had been hoping for.
Still 2-0. We're working on the scoreboard here.
He had given up a couple of runs early and struggled finding the strike zone himself, but his team bailed him out as that game went on. 3-1 pitch, and the bases are loaded as it's another walk issued by Dominic Titone. 3 straight. So Robinson moves to third. Cole Carnes goes to second, and Luke Baker goes to first. Ari Cantola, the first baseman, will bat in a big opportunity for Grants Pass to try and even this one up. They've got a 2-0 deficit to make up, and Dominic Titone misses low. Titone took over in the first meeting against Grants Pass. He took over in the 6th inning, gave up a hit that tied up the game, and then he walked in the winning run in the 7th. So that was not a good memory for him, and I'm not sure if that's flashing in his mind right now as he's struggling here in the 2nd. He's walked the first 3 hitters, and against Cantola, he's got a 2-0 count. He misses low for a 3-0 count. And Dom's got to find the strike zone here, or a walk is going to bring in a run. A 3-0 pitch. And there is ball 4. So 4 straight walks bring in a run for Grants Pass. It's 2-1. And Roseburg's going to make a change. Dominic Titone issuing 4 straight walks. He's going to give up the baseball, and Roseburg's going to go to the bullpen already. Quick pull there. After that lengthy layoff due to the rain delay, Dom just didn't have it coming back out of the dugout. Bases loaded with nobody out, 1 run in so far, and Roseburg goes to the bullpen. It'll be Jordan White to come out. This call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. We'll come back after a 1-minute timeout. This is Roseburg Baseball against Grants Pass on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. New man on the mound for Roseburg will be Jordan White. He takes over for Dominic Titone. He'll face Caleb Martinez, and the first pitch misses for ball 1. Martinez, the center fielder, will swing through to even it up at a 1-1 count. He bats with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the, or make it at the top of the 2nd inning. 1 run in so far for Grants Pass. 2-1 our score. A 1-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Dominic Titone exits the game. Walked 4 straight batters to start the 2nd inning. A run comes in. Titone lasting just 1 inning in today's ball game. The 1-2 from White. Strike 3, got him looking. Froze Caleb Martinez, hitting at the knees. And Jordan White will get a big strikeout for the Tribe as he will get the first out here in the top of the 2nd inning. Roseburg leading by a run over Grants Pass. Jackson Tunick will bat. The shortstop is the 9-hitter in the lineup. He hits with the bases loaded and 1 away and takes the first pitch for strike 1. The pitching change brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been looking to make a switch with your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. It's the 0-1 pitch, low and outside from White. Chris Hubbard has over 10 years of insurance experience. Chris can make sure you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget, auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit him at chrisinsures.com today. Ball gets by, knocks Hubbard, and bounced nicely off the backstop, kind of back to him, and the runners all to hold. So nobody advances on the pitch that gets by Jordan White. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jackson Tunick. Roseburg looking for a ground ball they can try and roll it up with. A 2-1 from White. Got him to pop up foul back behind home. 2-1 our score. Roseburg in front of Grants Pass by a run. Roseburg took the lead in the bottom of the 1st on 2 hits and 2 errors. Grants Pass getting a run here in the second on 4 straight walks. The 2-2. Ground ball left side. Takahashi throws to first. The run will score. It's a game-tying RBI ground out for Jackson Tunick. Takahashi's really his only option going across the diamond to first. Gets the out there. Grants Pass will tie it up on the ground out. Coming into score is Cole Carnes. Luke Baker to third. Cantola to second. And the top of the order coming up. Troy Osborne bats with 2 outs and 2 on. He takes high and inside for ball 1. Osborne struck out looking in the first against Dominic Titone. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Titone. The 1-0 pitch from Jordan White. On in relief, he misses high and inside. Titone went 1-2-3 in the top of the first and then walked 4 straight hitters here in the second. Roseburg will intentionally walk Troy Osborne, dangerous hitter at the top of the lineup. They'll walk him to load the bases, and that will give them a force out at any base on the infield. 2 down, bases loaded. Luke Morgan will bat. Courtesy runner comes in for the catcher. White's first pitch, ground ball left side. Scooped up by Gillespie. He goes to the force out at third base. Takahashi there and waiting. They get Cantola at third on the 6-5 putout, and the frame will come to an end. 8 hitters go to the plate for Grants Pass in the top of the second inning, and they tie it up thanks to 4 walks by Dominic Titone. Titone will exit the game after 1 inning. Didn't give up a hit, gives up 2 runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the second inning, tied at 2 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
First batter for Roseburg, bottom of the second inning, will be the center fielder, number 1, Carson Dunn.
Carson Dunn, the 9-hitter in the lineup for Roseburg, will start things off as we hit the bottom of the second inning, tied at 2. Tyler Ireland on the mound, throwing still for Grants Pass. Bounces one in to Dunn, the 9-hitter. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. As a ball ripped foul down the left side. At Roseburg Honda, customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Carson Dunn had 3 doubles in the doubleheader against South Eugene, and his hot bat continues. He rips a line drive single to left field as the sun is breaking through the clouds here at Champion Car Wash Field. Leadoff single for Carson Dunn, 3rd hit of the ball game for Roseburg. 1 on with nobody out as we go to the top of the order.
Number 6, Logan Klopfenstein.
Logan Klopfenstein will bat for the Tribe. He got on with an error in the first inning and came around to score. He squares to bunt, pushes it foul down the first base side. Klopfenstein entered today's action, batting .254, but he's found a way on base pretty consistently. He's scored 15 times this year for Roseburg. Squares to bunt again, pushes it. Great one down the first base side, and it'll just go foul. Smart play by Ireland off the mound, covering that first base side. Let that one go as it was, by the time he had gotten to it, he's going to have a tough play on the angle of getting the ball to first or trying to tag Kloffenstein. All around was going to be kind of a tough play to be made. And Ireland makes the smart play and lets it go foul, and he's got another shot with the 0-2 count against Kloffenstein. Ireland sets, gets a line drive to left field, but it carries enough out there. Vainuku Johnson will catch it. That ball just hung up in the air for quite some time. Sailed out to Vainuku Johnson towards the alley in left center and into the glove for out number 1. One away is Austin Takahashi bats. Takahashi had an infield single in the first, one of 2 hits in the first inning for Roseburg when they put up 2 runs on the board and took the early lead. Ireland trying to now protect a 2-2 ball game. Takahashi takes outside for ball 1. Austin eventually was forced out at home with the bases loaded. 1-0 count. Hits the outside corner. Logan Kloffenstein is headed to the bullpen to start warming up his arm, possibly to take over on the mound at some point here for Roseburg. Roseburg will have to try and figure out their bullpen. Got to get 2 in today. The only guy not available for Roseburg will be Evan Corbin, who threw over 100 pitches in his Game 1 start against South Eugene on Wednesday, so he's unavailable today. Everybody else is ready to be a full go. 2-1 to Takahashi. Swings through it for strike 2. Two-two count. At first base is Carson Dunn after his leadoff single. 1 away. The 2-2 fought it off. Takahashi with those quick hands able to protect the zone. Got a piece of that one and stays alive at the plate with the 2-2 count. Pickoff throw to first, Dunn back in safely. Takahashi batting .339 this year, 12 RBI, 14 runs scored. He has had 4 doubles and 3 triples. Takes low. The count will go full. This season, Takahashi has also had 12 walks. Could be closing in on a possible 13th of the year. Full count pitch here for Tyler Ireland. The righty kicks and fires a runner going. That ball hit in the air well out to right field. That's over the head of Cole Carnes and all the way to the fence. Takahashi heading for third. In safely will come Dunn. Takahashi slides into third base and gets up with a roar to the dugout after he drives in Carson Dunn from first base and puts Roseburg back in front. That ball deep to right field for Takahashi. And he picks up the RBI triple. Was just running through the numbers there. 4th triple of the year for Takahashi. And Roseburg is back in front, leading 3-2. Still just 1 out. Dawson Gillespie will bat. Drew the walk in the first inning. First pitch in right at the knees for a called strike. Gillespie had 4 walks in a game against North Medford earlier this week, back on Tuesday as he fouls off a pitch. Went 4 at-bats and 4 walks. That is the game that ended his 4-game hit streak. Got on base every time but didn't get a hit. Then that turned around against South Eugene. Had 2 hits in game 2. He gets one fought off, goes up the middle, backhanded at second base by Luke Baker. Throw to first in time to get Gillespie, but he'll drive in a run. Takahashi scores from third, and Roseburg's back in front by 2. 2 away, nobody on base. Roseburg in front, 4-2. Sun is really peeking through here, getting bright out on the field. They have the tarp off over on the softball field as they look like they've resumed play. Here on the baseball diamond, 4-2, Roseburg in front of Grants Pass. Silas Kincaid at the plate, takes outside for ball 1. Ball off the hands, fouled away. Kincaid with a 1-1 count. In fact, I think the baseball game got restarted sooner than softball, but they're actually into the 3rd inning in the softball game. We're only still in the bottom of the 2nd in baseball. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, we had that long top of the 2nd inning for Grants Pass at the plate, sending 8 hitters to the dish. And now a bit of a lengthy 2nd inning here for Roseburg as they add to their lead. Strike hits the outside corner on the 2-1 offering from Ireland. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Ireland trying to wrap up things here in the bottom of the 2nd. Misses just outside on the 2-2 pitch. Behind the plate, Osborne trying to frame that one back in on the outside corner. Didn't get the call. Full count pitch with nobody on and 2 away. Cleanup man Silas Kincaid at the dish. Pitch bounces in and he'll draw the walk. So that'll be, let's see here, just the 2nd walk issued by Tyler Ireland. Silas Kincaid on at first with 2 away and Knox Hubbard batting. Knox reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. His ground ball ended up with an out at the plate. He grounds one to 3rd this time, throw to first base. Back down the line, but the stretch by Cantola gets the out at first. 5-3 the put out will wrap things up in the bottom of the 2nd for Roseburg, but they add 2 more runs to their total and take a 4-2 lead over Grants Pass. Go to the top of the 3rd, back after 60 seconds on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, this is more the weather we were hoping to see. Sun is shining down on Champion Car Wash Field, and we are into the top of the 3rd inning, game 1 of a doubleheader. Had about a 15-20 minute delay earlier due to the rains, and we are pushed a little later than initially thought, but we are getting the games in, which is the big chore here today. First pitch, swing and a miss for the 3-hitter, Tahalo Vainuku Johnson for Grants Pass. He'll lead things off in the top of the 3rd against Jordan White, who's come on in relief for Roseburg back in the 2nd inning. A pitch outside, 1-1 count. 2nd inning, things got away from Dominic Titone, the starter for Roseburg. Walked 4 straight batters and got pulled from the game at that point. Missing high, Jordan White falls behind 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch from White. In at the knees for a called strike. So Dominic Titone, his final line was 1 inning work, no hits allowed, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. It's a ground ball off the plate foul. Stays a 2-2 count here for Vainuku Johnson, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to short, his only time up so far. Dominic Titone will exit the game. It'll be a no decision for him. And now the decision will be on Jordan White. Line drive left field, base hit, first of the game for Grants Pass. Vainuku Johnson around first, heading for second. The relay throw will not get in time. That's a leadoff double for the left fielder. Vainuku Johnson gets the first hit of the day for Grants Pass. The Cavemen scoring 2 runs in the second inning thanks to a bases-loaded walk and a ground out with the bases loaded. So they didn't have a hit, but still scored twice in the second, tied the game up at that time. Now they trail by 2 again as this ball out to left field. Hit right to Griffin Zymet. He easily makes the catch off the bat of Kane Robinson for the first out of the top of the third inning. Cole Carnes walked and scored in the second inning. Will step in next with 1 away and Vainuku Johnson out at second base. First pitch swinging and out towards center field. Carson Dunn calls off Zymet, and Dunn makes the catch. 2 away on a couple of fly ball outs for Grants Pass. Jordan White will take on Luke Baker, trying to get out of this inning after giving up the leadoff double. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 459-1545. Around on that one quickly into the parking lot for Baker, fouled away, and a lot of groans and oohs from the crowd means somebody is going to be looking at a dent on their car when they head back out to the parking lot. The 0-1 pitch is high. 1-1 count. You know, can help you with a dent in your car at a baseball game. Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance, that's who. The 1-1 pitch. White delivers, got him to swing and foul off another one on the inside pitch. Way out in front and around on that one. Baker finds himself with a 1-2 count. He walked in the second inning, was stranded at third. The 1-2, got him to get out in front and pop this one up on a defensive swing. Shortstop Dawson Gillespie calling for it, waits for it to come down, and will make the catch just into the outfield grass. After a leadoff double, Grants Pass unable to take advantage. They leave him stranded at second. For Grants Pass, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base to the bottom of the third. Roseburg leading 4-2 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate! The DH, number 18, Nathan Wayman.
Nathan Wayman, Sebastian Watson, and Griffin Zymet, your 3 hitters due up for Roseburg as we begin the bottom of the third. First pitch from Tyler Ireland is in the dirt, gets a little by Troy Osborne against Wayman, who is 1 for 1 in the game with an RBI single. A 1-0 pitch, fouled away third base side. Joey Kieran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? The 1-1, Wayman takes low and outside from Ireland. Tyler Ireland, 2 innings worked so far. He's allowed 4 hits, 4 runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. He does get a strike across to make it a 2-2 count here against Nathan Wayman, the DH. Waits, pulls another one foul. That one rolling out towards the bullpen for Roseburg down the third base side. Out of the windup for Ireland. The righty misses outside with a breaking ball, bounces in. Haven't seen any action in the bullpen for Grants Pass. Both teams, obviously you got to consider your bullpens with pitch count limits. Did he go around? No. Nathan Wayman able to hold up on a check swing. That one got out there a little ways, but he held up, act as if he knew that swing didn't go around, tossed away the bat, and headed on down to first. And he convinced everybody the same thing and to think the same way. So on at first goes Nathan Wayman. Sebastian Watson will bat. He takes high for ball 1. That is the 3rd walk of the game for Ireland. Roseburg with 4 runs so far in the contest. Coming off of that 13-2 win over South Eugene on Wednesday. That is a season high for runs scored in a game for the Tribe. As Watson pops it up on the infield, second baseman Luke Baker calling for it. And he makes the catch to retire Watson. 1 down as Griffin Zymet will bat. Struck out swinging in the first inning when the rains were really starting to come down. Zymet was at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 away and struck out. And after that, actually that was after they had gotten back to action after the rain delay. Took the first pitch for ball 1. Strike to make it a 1-1 count. It was Silas Kincaid was the last batter at the plate for Roseburg before the rain delays took place. A 1-1 count. Strike 2. Zymet takes low. So Griff with the 1-2 count. Out at first base, Nathan Wayman after a leadoff walk. Bottom of the 3rd, Roseburg leading 4-2. The 1-2 pitch. Zymet fights it off. So Ireland trying to get out number 2 with another strikeout. His only strikeout of the game has been against Griffin Zymet. Zymet gets behind one out towards left field. Pretty well hit on the run. Vainuku Johnson will track it down. Heading back to first base will go Wayman. He'll get in sliding head first. And he is back to tag up after a well-struck ball by Zymet. Couldn't get it over the head of Vainuku Johnson in left. 2 away. Well, Zymet showing when he gets around and squares one up, he can put the ball in play pretty well. The home run at South Eugene and a well-struck ball there, but couldn't get it by Vainuku Johnson, who tracked it down towards the alley. Carson Dunn will bat. He had a single in his first at-bat, grounds it to third, picked up by Morgan, who tosses to Cantola for the final out. A walk to start off the frame for Roseburg. They cannot capitalize. They'll leave a man stranded as we go to the top of the 4th. It's 4-2 Roseburg in front of Grants Pass on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For Grants pass in the top of the fourth inning, number 15, Ari Cantola.
Top of the fourth inning, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Grants Pass, trailing by 2. Ari Cantola will bat. He walked in a run in the second inning. He takes for ball 1, now fouls one off for a strike. Cantola was the last batter to face off against Dominic Titone. Drew the walk to bring in a run. Starts things off here in the fourth inning. The 1-1 pitch from Jordan White outside for ball 1. Roseburg on top, scoring 2 runs in the first and 2 runs in the second. Grants Pass got their 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Swinging at a pitch high and inside, Cantola fouls it off. 2-2 count for Jordan White. White out of his windup, the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short, charging in, gloved right in front of him. On the run, the throw by Gillespie over to first base, right on target and right on time. 1 away. Brings up Caleb Martinez, the center fielder, who struck out looking against Jordan White in the second inning.
Number 1, Caleb Martinez.
Martinez was batting with the bases loaded when he struck out. Jordan White, let's see here, he has 1 inning under his belt. Actually make that 2 innings and a third under his belt. So he's up to 11 and 2/3 innings worked so far this season. He has not factored into a decision. No wins, no losses, no saves on a year for White. A 1.50 ERA, 6 strikeouts and 3 walks coming into the matchup. First pitch goes all the way by to the backstop against Martinez. The rains have subsided, and we've had some sunny skies for a little bit. Hopefully that'll continue for us through the rest of the day. Still have another game to try and get in. The 1-0 pitch. That ball well struck out towards left field. On the run, Zymet to the warning track at the wall. Reaches up into the fence for the catch in left field. Griffin Zymet comes up with the highlight play out in left. Crashing into the wall, Griffin Zymet able to keep his attention and come away with the baseball, robbing an extra base hit from Caleb Martinez. 2 away.
7, Jackson Tunick.
And it'll be Jackson Tunick to bat with nobody on base, thanks to the defensive play by Zymet. Strike hits the outside corner against Tunick, who grounded out to third, but drove in a run in the second. That tied the ball game up at the time. Roseburg leading 4-2 at the moment in the top of the fourth inning. A soft swing produces a foul ball down the left field side for strike 2 to Tunick. I mean, just great concentration out in left field by Zymet there, tracking but also keeping tabs on where the fence was. That was strong defense. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. It's a strikeout for Jordan White, his second of the game. And Roseburg will get a 1-2-3 frame in the top of the fourth. Strikeouts brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit them at onepeakmedical.com. They are accepting new patients. We're through the top of the fourth inning. Roseburg leads 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the fourth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Roseburg in front by a pair of runs against Grants Pass. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall. They're accepting new patients, so give them a call at 541-378-6694. Top of the order for Roseburg, Klopfenstein, Takahashi, and Gillespie due up. Looking to add to a 2-run lead against Grants Pass. Low for ball one from Tyler Ireland. Roseburg had a decent lead against Grants Pass the first time the two teams met, and then the Cavemen rallied back to win it late as a swing and a foul tip into the glove for Klopfenstein gives them a 1-1 count. Roseburg led 3-0 after the first inning in that game against Grants Pass. 3-1 through the first 5 innings as a ground ball up the middle off the side of the mound to the shortstop, where Jackson Tunick will field and retire Klopfenstein at first. One out as Takahashi steps in. Roseburg had 3 hits.
14, Austin Takahashi.
Sent 9 hitters to the plate in the first inning of Game 1 between these two teams back on April 22nd. Two hit by pitches in that first inning, and a walk also helped out Roseburg. Luke Baker was on the mound that day, but they could not make a 3-run lead last and fell 4-3 in that game against the Cavemen, trying to avoid a similar fate today. First pitch was fouled off by Takahashi. He takes outside, a 1-1 count. I've just been kind of surprised the season Roseburg's had. It's been a tight one. It's been on the edge of your seat the entire way. A 1-1 pitch outside. Takahashi ahead in the at-bat. That 13-2 win against South Eugene on Wednesday. Most runs scored in a game, and it was just the second time Roseburg has 10-run ruled a team this year. Pitch upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Only other time they had done it was against the Dalles back on March 23rd as a part of their spring break trip that they do out to Central and Eastern Oregon. 3-1 count for Takahashi, and that one got him on the heel. Gets hit by the pitch and heads on down to first. It was going to be ball 4 either way. Takahashi was getting on. So Tak heads on down to first base, his 3rd time on, a single, a triple, and now a hit by pitch.
9, Dawson Gillespie.
Takahashi on, 1 away. Dawson Gillespie batting. Gillespie had an RBI ground out in the second. That is his 10th RBI in 8 games. Takes the first pitch for strike 1, a breaking ball. Tyler Ireland, that lengthy rain delay not affecting him, it appears. He has stayed in the game and has done all right. He's only allowed 2 hits since we resumed play. Well, I'll make it 3 hits since we resumed play. Breaking ball got away from him, high and tight. Ducking out of the way goes Gillespie. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gillespie also walking and scoring back in the first. Working out of his stretch for Ireland. Comes set, takes a look at first. Takahashi's there. Strike called against Gillespie. A 1-2 count. Klopfenstein throwing again in the bullpen for Roseburg. Just staying loose, probably ready to go in case a change is needed, since he won't have a chance to throw while he's in the field out in right. The 1-2 pitch, Gillespie gets around on it, fouls it towards the bullpen. Stays at the plate with the 1-2 count. Well, we are past 1 o'clock, which means presumably South Eugene and South Medford are getting a chance to start their doubleheader down at Harry and David Field. 1-2 count. Gillespie. Breaking ball, he watches it for strike 3. That was a great spot there for Ireland. Found the inside corner, dropped it in right on the edge. That is strikeout number 2 on the day for Tyler Ireland. Second out here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 away as Silas Kincaid steps in. Out at first base, Austin Takahashi back into the bag, sliding head first. Kincaid had an RBI in the first inning, reaching on an error, then reached on a walk in the second. Ireland flings another pickoff throw to first, but Takahashi back in safely. Takahashi stole second in the first inning. And again, they throw that direction. It's a big area in foul territory behind first. Sometimes when pitchers get too enamored with throwing over there, it ends up costing them in the long run. It's a pitch low and inside. Ball 1 to Kincaid. If you miss by much and the first baseman can't have your back, if that ball gets by, it's got a long way to roll, and runners are usually on their way to second, if not more. 1-0 pitch. Kincaid pulls it to left field, in for a base knock, his first of the day, and that will extend his hit streak to 4 games. And Silas Kincaid on base for a third time keeps the bottom of the fourth going with a 2-out single. Up to second base goes Takahashi.
4, Knox Hubbard.
2 on with 2 away for Knox Hubbard, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first. The catcher made the final out in the second inning, trying to avoid it here and see if he can help Roseburg add to a 2-run lead. On top 4-2, bottom of the fourth inning. Sun is starting to dry out Champion Car Wash Field a bit more. Inside, the ball gets by Osborne, but the runners won't try to take advantage. A 1-0 count to Knox Hubbard. Looks like they're in the bottom of the fourth inning in the softball game. Roseburg and Grants Pass are tied at 1-1. It's a 1-1 count for Knox Hubbard after he takes strike 1 from Tyler Ireland. 2 outs. At second base is Takahashi. At first base, Silas Kincaid. Ireland's 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Hubbard with a 2-1 count. We'll have game 2 coming up out this afternoon. Originally scheduled for 2 o'clock, but we're going to be after 2 o'clock most likely by the time we get ready for that one. Ground ball, softly hit left side, charging in the shortstop, long throw to first, and not going to be there in time. It's picked up on the one hop by Cantola at first, but Hubbard beats it out of the left-handed batter's box. Gets a little bit of advantage there. He legs out an infield single. It just took a while to get through the left side and out of position. Jackson Tunick playing up the middle. Had to charge to get to that ball. And a long way to go to get there. The inning continues now with the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. Nathan Wayman will bat. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI single in the first. Takes a breaking ball for ball 1. Bases loaded. 2 hits here in the fourth for Roseburg and a hit batter. Pitch outside, 2-0 count for Wayman. 6 hits on the day for Roseburg so far.
How's it going? I'm good. Good to see you. Hey.
2-0 count. Ireland challenges Wayman, gets him to pop up. Shallow right field. Luke Baker tracking it, and the second baseman does get underneath it. Grants Pass will avoid giving up anything to Roseburg here in the fourth. The Indians leave the bases loaded. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 men left on base. We're through 4 innings of play. It's 4-2 Roseburg in front of Grants Pass on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
First batter for Grants Pass in the top of the 5th inning. It's a leadoff man number 10.
Top of the 5th inning. Roseburg and Grants Pass squaring off here at Champion Car Wash Field. Game 1 of a Southwest Conference doubleheader. Jordan White will face the top of the order for the Cavemen. And this is outside to Troy Osborne, who's up for a 3rd time. He's struck out and been intentionally walked. 1-0 pitch from White is in at the knees for a called strike. Roseburg baseball brought to you by Seven Feathers Truck and Travel. The 1-1 off the hands, back up the middle. Watson, throw from the shortstop side of second base, will not get it there in time. Osborne will beat out the throw. Just found a spot that was difficult to get to for the Roseburg defense, right back up the middle. Watson got there they fielded right in front of second base, but his momentum all carrying him past second towards shortstop and had to make a tough throw back across his body and just could not get it there to beat out Osborne. He gets on with a single, first hit of the day for him, and just the second of the game for Grants Pass. First pitch from White to Luke Morgan, carries inside. Morgan having to slide his toes back there and getting out of the way, up on his tiptoes. Runner going, pitch high, throw by Knox down to second base. Got him! Thrown out at second base. Knox Hubbard will retire Troy Osborne. And Roseburg will clear the bases. The 2-0 pitch is fouled away for strike 1. So Osborne caught stealing. Luke Morgan at the plate, the 2-1 count. Getting a piece of 1 to even up the count, 2-2. Morgan 0 for 2 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Just outside on the 2-2 pitch by White, not missing by much. So just 2 hits on the day for Grants Pass. They have not been able to take advantage. Ground ball, third base side, back behind the bag. Takahashi throw over to Kincaid, who stretches for the out, stays on the bag. That was an absolute rifle across the diamond by Takahashi. He was way behind the bag and was going to have to make a strong throw, and he did. Kincaid stretching, giving as much as he could to try and help out on the throw. And that one about as good as you can get. Pop up on the first pitch. Foul territory. Kincaid tracking just in front of the Grants Pass dugout. Runs out of room. Strike 1 to Taholo Vainuku Johnson. He had the first hit of the day for Grants Pass in the third. A double to left field, but was left stranded at second base. Jordan White, the 0-1 count to Vainuku Johnson. High and away, 1-1. Seven Feathers Truck and Travel, you can join their winning team. They've got several positions that are open, starting at $16.25 an hour. Apply at i5exit99.com. Ground ball hard to the hole at short. Gillespie throw to first, and he gets it there from deep in the hole on the outfield grass. A one-hop to Silas Kincaid at first, and defense really coming up big for the Tribe here in the fifth. For Grants Pass, no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. A man caught stealing, and then two big defensive plays on the left side of the field, and Roseburg comes away, keeping Grants Pass off the board. They lead 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the fifth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Roseburg leading 4-2. We've got a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Mason Montejano will take over on the mound for the Cavemen. Coming out of the game, Tyler Ireland.
Starting off,
Ireland will go 4 innings. Gave up 6 hits. 4 runs, walked 3, and struck out 2. Also hit a batter in there as well. He'd be on the hook for the loss at the moment. First pitch for the first man up against the new pitcher is Sebastian Watson, who reaches and flies to center field for the out. Caleb Martinez underneath it for the first out. Pitching changes are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you've been looking at making a change with your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. Over 10 years of insurance experience, Chris can make sure you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. That's Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance at chrisinsures.com today. In the dirt, ball 1 to Griffin Zimet, the left fielder, coming up with some big defense out in left. Had a ball well struck last time at the plate, but was tracked down by the left fielder, Taholo Vainuku Johnson. In the dirt again for Mason Montejano, a 2-0 count. So Tyler Ireland, he's on the hook for the loss if the score doesn't change in Grants Pass's favor. Pitched 4 innings. 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. 3-0 count now for Zimet as Montejano has fired every pitch just short of home plate. Roseburg's Parker Burke is up and throwing in the bullpen. 3-0, and that is a 4-pitch walk issued to Zimet. That'll be the first walk issued by Montejano.
Batter's number 1, Carson Dunn.
Carson Dunn bats. He is 1 for 2. A single to left field and a run scored in the second. That gave Roseburg the lead back in their favor. First pitch, strike 1 on a breaking ball in the inside corner. Dunn had the 3 doubles in the doubleheader against South Eugene on Wednesday. He gets behind one, hit well out to left field. Vainuku Johnson circling around, won't be able to find it. That one's off the wall. Zimet heading for third. Dunn has another double. Had 3 on Wednesday. He gets his first today. Carson Dunn around and rips one off the fence in left field. It'll put Roseburg with runners at second and third and 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. Leading 4-2. Top of the order coming up. Logan Kloffenstein looking for his first hit. Trying to drive in some runs. Good to see Carson Dunn starting to put some things together there at the plate. Dunn had come in today batting .208, but he's got a 2-for-3 day going so far. First pitch to Kloffenstein, a breaking ball, trying to sit on it. Too enticing to let it go by. He whiffs right by. Last time up, grounded out to the shortstop. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second for Roseburg. 2 runs in the top of the second for Grants Pass. All of our scoring coming early in this one. Kloffenstein gets jammed, pops it up foul back behind home. 1 out with 2 in scoring position for the Tribe. Trying to stretch this 2-run lead out a little bit. Checking in on the softball game again. Roseburg softball pulling ahead. They're in the home half of the 4th, and Roseburg leading 4-1 now against Grants Pass in softball. It's a 4-2 lead here in baseball in the bottom of the 5th. Now Roseburg. So softball was ahead of us at one point. Now baseball's jumped ahead, and how far along we are in the ball games. 0-2 count. Mason Montejano, the new man on the mound for Grants Pass, trying to pitch out of a situation with runners at second and third. Defense playing in on the infield, trying to cut off the run at home if possible. Breaking ball. Kloffenstein gets popped up. It's not going to leave the infield. The second baseman, Luke Baker, makes the catch for the second out. Runners all hold. Nobody's going to try and tag in advance, as would be expected on an infield fly. Austin Takahashi bats. He is 2 for 2 in the game. His last hit was an RBI triple in the second. This wouldn't be too bad of a time to get another one of those. First pitch he takes for strike 1. A walk to Zymet, then a double by Dunn. Runners at second and third. The outfield playing Takahashi back, respecting his power. With 2 outs, the infield will back up to play. The 0-1, Takahashi in the air to left field. Calling for it, Vainuku Johnson makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Roseburg gets 2 runners into scoring position, cannot capitalize once again. No runs on the 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. But through 5 innings, Roseburg is in front, 4-2, as we go to the top of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Top of the 6th inning, Roseburg leading 4-2. Jordan White throwing for the Tribe still. He has fallen behind against the leadoff man, Kane Robinson. 2 balls and no strikes as we begin the 6th inning. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. 2-1 count for White against Robinson. Robinson 0 for 1 on the day. Last time up, flew out to left field. Takes at the knees for strike 2. Grants Pass trying to stay in the game. They're down by 2, not out of reach by any means. 2-2 pitch just off the outside corner, and the count goes full for White. White's 3-2 offering. Got him to foul it away. So full count again for Kane Robinson. Ground ball hit towards Gillespie, backhands it, collects it, has time to set up and fire across Silas Kincaid. One away. The defense behind Jordan White has been helping him out here. That's 3 straight batters retired. And the one guy that got on base, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10. So in the last 10 batters, only one guy's gotten on base, and he was caught stealing to clear off quickly. So Roseburg's defensively been able to make the plays behind Jordan White so far. A 1-0 count for White against Cole Carnes, the lefty. He takes just on the outside edge, but it's just off the plate for a 2-0 count. White works out of his windup. This time catches the plate for a 2-1 count. Jordan White looking for his first pitching decision of the year. A 2-1. Strike 2 called. Gets one there. Evens things up. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Carnes. He flew out to center field in his first at-bat against White. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout for Jordan White, and that'll be his 3rd. 2 away. Luke Baker will bat. Nobody on base for the Cavemen. Baker has walked and then flew out to shortstop. First pitch swinging. He pulls this in the air. Long run for Zymet, but he tracks it down. His speed gets him underneath it and makes it look routine. A 1-2-3 frame in the top of the 6th for Roseburg. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Grants Pass. The Cavemen trail 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
First batter for Roseburg at the bottom of the 6th inning, going to be number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
Dawson Gillespie stands in for Roseburg, looking for his first hit of the day, trying to get something started, see if Roseburg can add some insurance late in this one against the Cavemen. On the mound for Grants Pass is Mason Montejano. He is the reliever that has come in back in the 5th inning. He works a looping curveball in for a called strike against Gillespie. The 0-1. Gillespie reaching down low, fouls one off for strike 2. Stick around in the postgame show. When we get there, we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. Find them over off of West Harvard Avenue here in Roseburg. They're by Roseburg High School and by the 124 interchange with I-5. Easy to get on and off for a little bit of lunch, dinner. It's a great place to stop. Ground ball foul down the third base side for Gillespie. Keeps him with the 0-2 count. It's been too long since the last time I've had some Mountain Mikes. Baseball schedules had me all over the place, so they're on. It was almost regularly there for a little while. I was getting Mountain Mikes. Gonna have to check those guys out. The 0-2, Gillespie gets behind it out towards right field. Going back is Carnes, but the right fielder has no problem getting underneath that one. Gillespie leads things off in the 6th with a fly ball out. Roseburg, once again, getting guys on base and then bringing them around has been the big issue. Roseburg has had 10 hitters left on base so far in this ballgame. But they do hold on to a 4-2 lead. If they can start driving guys in with more regularity, they get them on. Driving them in has been the issue. If they can start getting that done with more regularity, this team is going to be real dangerous. As it is, they're already dangerous. Just need to find a way to pack on some more offense when they can. The 1-0 pitch is low and inside for a 2-0 count. You look at the run scored totals for teams in the Southwest Conference, and Roseburg's got a good record, but their runs for and runs against, there's some obvious deficiencies there. As a 2-0 pitch fouled away by Silas Kincaid. Kincaid is 1 for 2 on the day, been on base 3 times. The doubleheader against South Eugene did help out their numbers on the runs scored and runs against a bit, but they were kind of bringing up the rear there on runs scored in the conference. Still towards the bottom in that category, but they haven't given up many runs, which has been the counterpoint to all of it. 3-1 pitch to Kincaid. He got out in front off the end of the bat. That one dribbles foul down the first base side. Strike 2 for the Roseburg first baseman. Silas will dig back in. Nobody on with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Roseburg leading 4-2. A 3-2 pitch from Montejano. Breaking ball, got behind it in the air to center field. Adjusting and underneath it, Caleb Martinez. Retires Silas Kincaid. There's 2 away as Knox Hubbard will bat.
Next batter is number 4, Knox Hubbard.
Hubbard in the ball game had a single for his first hit in his last at-bat in the 4th inning. They were playing up the middle with runners on base, and he hit it towards the hole between short and third, and it was just a long run for the shortstop to get to the ball, and then a long throw. Didn't have a lot of time, couldn't get it there in time to beat out Knox. Knox takes the first pitch for ball 1. A 1-0 takes high for ball 2. Play another game coming up approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of game 1 in our doubleheader. So stay tuned for that. The 2-0. Knox gets behind 1 out towards left field. Vainuku Johnson on the run, but has time, and will track it down for the final out. 3 fly ball outs, right, center, and then left. Roseburg goes down in order in the 6th, but needing 3 more outs. It'll be Jordan White to take the mound to see if he can get Roseburg to the victory. Come back for the top of the 7th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
First batter for Grants Pass in the top of the 7th inning, number 15, Ari Cantola.
Top of the 7th inning, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters trying to keep this one going for the Cavemen. On the mound, it's Jordan White for Roseburg trying to pick up a win in relief. First pitch to Ari Cantola misses for ball one. Cantola hits one, left side, short hop into the glove for Takahashi. He fields it cleanly and sends it across for a good one to Silas Kincaid. And the defense behind Jordan White has been superb so far. One away, Caleb Martinez will bat. Martinez 0 for 2 in the day. White's first pitch swung on and missed. Roseburg leading 4-2 as we start this final frame, needing 2 more outs to get the win in game 1 of the doubleheader. A 1-1 count for Martinez. White out of his windup. Swung on and missed. Got him with a changeup there. A ball and 2 strikes against Martinez. He flew out to left field his last time up. The 1-2. Couldn't get him to chase, low and outside. Evens things up. A win would keep Roseburg in first place, stretch their winning streak to 3 games, and a win would even up this 3-game series against the Cavemen at 1 win apiece for each team. Ball popped up high on the infield. Silas Kincaid is calling for it. First baseman does make the catch. That ball took him almost all the way to the pitcher's mound. Took a long time for it to come down. The longer it took, the more nervous I got for Silas. Those balls that hang up in the air like that forever, especially on days like today where the wind has been blowing around from time to time, boy, those things can get tricky. Silas expertly tracks it down for the out. 2 away, and Jackson Tunick will bat. The shortstop is 0 for 2 with an RBI. He takes low and inside for ball 1. A 1-0 count for Jordan White. Ground ball foul down the third base side. 1-1. White is trying to finish off what would be 6 innings of relief of Dominic Tatone. The 1-1 pitch to Tunick. He swings through it for strike 2. Deep breath on the mound for White, knowing he's 1 pitch away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Into his windup quickly. The pitch, breaking ball, swung at and missed. And that'll finish it off for Jordan White. Roseburg wins 4-2. White gets a strikeout to finish it off, his 4th of the day, and he will get his first win of the season. 6 innings of relief allows just 2 hits and no runs. And Jordan White carries Roseburg to victory in game 1 of a doubleheader. What a ball game we were treated to there, and most importantly, we got it in. 1 game in the books, another one set to come for Roseburg and Grants Pass. And the Indians will try to win the series against the Cavemen by taking game 2 of today's doubleheader. 1 game in the books. We'll come back and tell you all about it as we put the totals together. We'll take a 3-minute break. A 3-minute break coming up as we head to the post-game show. Roseburg a winner, 4-2 in game 1 of today's doubleheader. Back after this with the post-game show on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Game one of our doubleheader is in the books. Roseburg getting a win 4-2 over Grants Pass. The Tribal improved to 15-6 on the year, now 9-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, Grants Pass drops to 11-10, 5-6 in the Southwest Conference. Joey Kieran here with you for the post-game show. We will do a quick wrap-up of Game 1 and then get you ready for Game 2 coming up here in just about 20 minutes from now. Final numbers, Grants Pass 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, left 4 men on base. Roseburg 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 10 men left on base. Roseburg scored 2 in the first inning. An error got Logan Klopfenstein on base to start it off as the rains were really starting to come down here at Champion Car Wash Field. Klopfenstein got on with the error. A single by Takahashi put 2 men on base. A walk to Dawson Gillespie made the bases loaded. And Silas Kincaid hitting a ground ball to second base. It got misplayed there. That allowed a run to come in. It probably would have scored the run either way, but Roseburg gets 1 there, and the inning continued. But as Silas hit it to second base and drove in the run, we found ourselves with the rains really opening up, and we ended up in a rain delay there. Lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. At that point, when things resumed, Knox Hubbard was at the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice, and then Nathan Wayman with a single would end up bringing in another run for Roseburg, and they were up 2-0 at the end of 1, which took about probably 45 minutes for that first inning to get complete. Grants Pass would tie it up in the top of the second inning after Dominic Titone walked the first 4 batters while 1 run came in, and then a ground out on the infield scored another. Grants Pass tied the game up despite not having a hit through 2 innings, but Jordan White took over on the mound. With the game tied 2-2, Roseburg would get 2 runs back in the bottom of the second inning. A leadoff single by Dunn. He later scored on a triple by Austin Takahashi, and Takahashi scored on a ground out by Dawson Gillespie, and Roseburg was ahead 4-2. And that's when Jordan White took over. He finished pitching 6 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and Jordan White picks up his first win of the season in relief of Dominic Titone, who just came out and didn't have it after that lengthy rain delay. So White picks up the win. in relief. Tyler Ireland also pitched a pretty good game. He gave up the 4 runs in the first 2 innings. After that, he only gave up 2 more hits the rest of his outing. He finished pitching 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Mason Montejano finished it out. He only allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, but the team could not help him out and get some of those runs back. So Roseburg gets the win, 4-2. Those are some of the numbers on the day. Ireland taking the loss as the starting pitcher for the Cavemen. Some of the offensive numbers from Game 1 of our doubleheader. Troy Osborne was 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, intentional walk, and a single. He was caught stealing in the 5th. A single, make it a double in the game for Taholo Vainuku Johnson, but he was left stranded at second base as Roseburg would get the next 3 outs. And then an RBI for Ari Cantola on a bases-loaded walk. And Jackson Tunick also had an RBI in the game. That came on a bases-loaded ground out. So that is the offensive numbers for Grants Pass. On the other side for Roseburg, 2 hits in the game for Austin Takahashi. Also had an RBI and a run scored. He got on base 3 out of his 4 plate appearances. Silas Kincaid was 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI, a walk, and a single. Knox Hubbard was 1 for 4 in the game, reached base twice. Nathan Wayman was 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI single and a walk. And Carson Dunn goes 2 for 3 with a single and a double in the ball game. So that's a look at the numbers here from Game 1 of our Twin Bill. We'll have Game 2 coming up for you in just a little bit. It's time now here in the postgame for Game 1 of our doubleheader to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Mountain Mike's generously donating a $50 gift certificate to every Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. And for Game 1 of the day, it's going to be Jordan White is your Player of the Game. Jordan picking up the win in relief, coming through with 6 innings of relief pitching when Roseburg needed a guy out of the bullpen to go deep to make sure that they've got enough guys out of the pen for Game 2. Jordan White came through for them and helps get the win and picks up his first pitching decision of the season. Congratulations, Jordan White, our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. All right, we are going to get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader, so stay tuned for that. We are going to get our lineup cards from the folks down in the dugouts, and then we will get you all squared away to go for Game 2. So stay tuned for that. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll start looking at the matchup for the second game of the day. From Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, the rains are starting to come down a little bit again. See a little bit of a drizzle happening out there. From Roseburg, the Indians getting a 4-2 win over Grants Pass. For those that are watching online at 541radio.com, or if you're watching on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, we are going to end the broadcast of Game 1, and we'll get the broadcast of Game 2 started momentarily, so stick around for that, and we'll have it for you. Just either go back to our YouTube channel to find the next game streaming live, or if you're on 541radio.com, refresh the page here in just a couple of minutes, and the next one should be starting here soon. A quick look just before we break away here, because I'll probably forget once we come back after the commercial break. Checking in on the softball game over there. Roseburg is leading 5-2 in softball. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning of that one. The Indians leading Grants Pass 5-2 in the softball matchup over there. Game 1 of their doubleheader there, just beyond the left field fence. All right, that's going to do it for Game 1. We'll take the break, come back, get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.